heard about Irene Cara.
Yeah, left us with some awesome music and
Yeah.
performances.
It hit me. It was like, oh
Yeah.
man, that like it was. I didn't keep up with her career, past like the '80s. So like I'm picturing, Coco from Fame, and it's like, oh my god, she's only 20 years old. Like what the fuck? I mean, she's like 63 or what? Like that's the thing. Like it's like anybody who was like a grown up when we were kids.
Oh my gosh!
Dude, it can happen.
I was watching Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Mm-hmm. I looked up the age of Steve Martin and John Candy.
Yeah.
John Candy was. I thought he was he was 37 filming that, okay. And I'm like, just kill me now. I was like, put me
right because Steve Martin had white hair, so yeah. But yeah, I did. I was bumming. I did bum myself out and my wife out because I was the other day. I was like, the thought struck me, and I was like, yeah. I looked it up, and Steve Martin in Father of the Bride is like a year older
oh my
than we are.
I thought they were like, I'm like this guy. I'm like, wow, I'm never gonna reach that age.
Well, because it's like it's the white hair, like but. He had white hair in the 70s, so
yeah,
so
with the arrow through his head.
Yeah, right, exactly. The classic Steve Martin just had like the premature gray.
But yeah, like Irene Cara, like it was a comforting, like the songs, because like my mom she loved Flashdance.
She loved Flashdance. Like that was something I wanted to ask you about. So like Irene Cara is not in Flashdance. I do wonder, like she wrote and performed the song from Flashdance.
Yeah.
I did wonder, like, did she ever like audition for Flashdance? Was she in contention? Because it's kind of like. It's her song. It would make so and she's like an actress musician. I wonder if that was ever like on the table, or if it was just like not even like she was just busy with her music career, and then it was like
you figured that would be another like perfect vehicle for her.
She was in DC Cab.
I forgot. Oh my god, I forgot
about DC Cab. You're like a big DC Cab fan, right?
Like. It's got Bill Maher, the Barbarian Brothers, Mr. T. How do I forget?
And she played herself. Like it was one of those like sort of celebrity.
Unbelievable. Like,
I wasn't in Pittsburgh, during like the Flashdance thing. But do you remember? Like, my impression is that Flashdance was like a huge deal here.
Definitely was a huge deal here. Like my mom had the music from it. Mm-hmm. Talk about like. Just so iconic for her, and like just, I mean, Pittsburgh the movie looks like $1 million. Mm-hmm. It's a Don Simpson, Jerry Bruckheimer production, so like I think it's their first movie, so it's got like a nice gloss on it.
Was your mom a Steel Town girl? Like, did she work in the mills?
No, she didn't work in the mills, but like it's just like I don't know. She was like just like. She loves Barbra Streisand. She likes like Stars Born. She like musical kind of stuff too.
Yeah, stuff
like,
about like somebody wanting to like sort of make it in a musical kind of career. Or something.
So like I've got the poster. I got her old poster from the theater from Stars Born here.
Okay, nice.
And she has the Sting. Like she would like get posters for the movies.
What did she watch the Lady Gaga Bradley Cooper Stars Born? Has she seen that?
I'm not sure if she saw that one yet.
We'll have to have her on an episode. Maybe we can review that Stars, because I'd be interested, because her perspective as somebody who's into A Star Is Born-averse.
Yeah,
the Star Is Born franchise.
When I saw like trailers for that, I was getting, of the new one, I was like getting choked up.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I can handle going down this emotional journey.
That was a good movie.
It looks great.
So you haven't seen?
I haven't seen the new Star.
Oh, you got to. It's good. It's the real deal. It kind of reminded me of Fame a little bit. Like it kind of had that feel like where it's got like a story. The story's compelling, but then like the musical part, it kind of flows into the musical parts like very like seamlessly, and you get like caught up in the emotion of it and stuff. So, but yeah, I can't recommend. We'll have to.
Let's do it.
We'll bring in your mom. We'll watch the Lady Gaga Star Is Born, and then we'll talk about it here.
Yeah.
And that'll be like our biggest episode. That'll be huge.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
I heard he was Oscar nominated for that.
Okay, yeah.
For his performance.
It was a great movie. Great movie. Great. The song was great.
Wow.
Just kind of like a magic that sort of came together. So like, because Flashdance, it was like it came out movie was big, song was big, I was into it or whatever,
Yeah.
it was good and whatever, and then kind of forgot about it. It's like ancient history, and then I came to like when I came to Pittsburgh, Flashdance was like 15 years in the past.
Oh,
so, but like. You would have thought it just came out.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like people were still talking about, and like, oh, that's the street from Flashdance, and that's the guy, that's the traffic cop who does the thing with his hand.
That's amazing. Like, what I noticed when I watched the movie is it's like captures a moment in time. Like the Mellon building is being constructed.
Okay.
So it's
Mellon building was already here, but it was by the time I came here,
It was like you could see it being worked on. I'm like, oh my god, they got it on film. Bruckheimer did it.
Well, it's kind of like Fame captured like the old school New York. It's part of that like 70s gritty New York genre of film.
Oh, yeah.
It's like don't be fooled by the fact that it's a musical. It is like very like it's got dark moments and stuff.
Definitely.
And Flashdance was like it captured the gritty Pittsburgh before Pittsburgh became this kind of like glossy Land of Oz, Emerald City kind of paradise that I encountered when I came here.
My dad used to work at Volkswagen, and he was like with like a welder on like the cars and stuff. So like he our Volkswagen closed down, but like so he had a little steel aspect back in the day.
Okay, so that would be like how your mom would sort of relate to that million is like knowing your dad and stuff like he was he had wore the welding mask and
Yeah, I worked at Volkswagen back in the day when it was here. They made the plant around here made the Rabbit.
Okay.
The Volkswagen Rabbit, and but like what I always thought too was that like after at some point I was like, oh, she's got a still working job. I was like, she's got a good job. I'm like, why would you, if you're in the union, I was like, that's pretty good. Like at one point.
Yeah, you want to take your chances on, that
I'm like, you're in the USW. Why would you want to get out of there?
That like bar, like it's that bar that like she works in Flash, because like when you're a kid watching Flashdance, you're like, oh, okay, this is like something grown-ups do or whatever. But it's like so funny watching it now because it's like, what is that bar?
Oh yeah, I was trying to figure it out too. I'm like,
what's the business model there?
I'm like, I'm like, either go all the way one way or pull it back a little.
Right.
It's like I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, huh. I'm like, I don't.
I think it was.
Figure it out.
I think it was owned by the same guy who owned the club in the movie Burlesque with Christina Aguilera, another Pittsburgh. We went to because we're watching like the Thanksgiving parade and stuff, and we were at the Pittsburgh Thanksgiving parade the year that like Christina Aguilera was on a float.
Oh wow!
Like she had like Genie in a Bottle had like just come out. She wasn't like superstar Christina Aguilera yet. She was like hometown hero Christina, and she's like on the float.
That's awesome.
Now they don't even have that Thanksgiving parade in Pittsburgh anymore. That's been phased out.
Fred Travellina shows up on our legs. He's like, "There's always a joker in the deck."
That was all. We'll have to do but I was watching that Fred Travellina Thanksgiving Day parade clip where he's dressed up as the Joker, and it's like he wore like a red beret. Like he had the Joker outfit, but he must have like borrowed all this stuff from his wife or something. Because like a red beret, it was all primary colors, and you realize like, oh yeah, the Joker needs secondary colors. It needs to be purple and green. It doesn't read as the Joker. He
screwed up his color theory.
Yeah, if he needs a purple beret, not a red beret.
Well, when that movie came out, he was in a hog heaven because he had a Jack Nicholson impersonation that was in his repertoire. It was cocked, locked, and ready to rock. So he was like, "Oh my God, Batman '89."
There's always a Joker in the deck. Hey, Batman. Kept expecting Batman to show up because he's like calling out Batman.
Who Rich Little does the Batman because he runs in the same circles as Rich Little.
The Fame TV show, which Irene Cara was not on the Fame TV show. She sang the Fame theme song. She was in the Fame movie, sang a bunch of the songs in the Fame movie. She was not on the Fame TV show. But like as a kid, I watched I kind of grew up with the Fame TV show because it was one of those shows. Started off on network TV in the early '80s, and then it disappears and then shows up on like the higher numbered channel. Shows up and then just sticks around for maybe like 10 more years. Like I don't know if it made it to the 90s, but it was around a really long time.
I've never watched the Fame TV show. I've seen the movie at one point because my mom showed it, but like she also would like, she's a fan of Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Okay.
So she watched the one White Knights and Turning Point. Like those.
Okay.
Remember when he was having that film career?
Yeah, he had a little like kind of like an action star.
An action star like run. I think it was in one with Gregory Hines. Like it was a two-hander with them.
Yeah, they were like a buddy cop duo or something. Yeah, he was following the like Arnold Schwarzenegger business model where it's like, okay, you got your accent, you got an exotic accent and
Yakov Smirnoff.
Yeah. Baryshnikov and Yakov Smirnoff never teamed up.
Holy shit! It's like Stallone and Russell, but it's like he goes Smirnoff.
Well, so like
Baryshnikov.
the Fame TV show, like it's another one of those things like Fame, MASH. I don't know if like What's Happening, and then the movie Cooley High. It's like, you have this like cute TV show that kids watch and stuff, and then there's a Fame movie, and then you watch it, and it's like boobs and cursing and like
one guy's working his stand-up routine out.
Like as a kid I saw and I'm like, oh no, Fame like that, it was a little too scary. It was a little too like, okay, I'm not ready for this yet. But then like as a teenager and as an adult, it's like the Fame movies where it's at, like the TV shows kids stuff, but like the movies where it's at.
Like I was always fascinated too by like an arts high school.
Yeah,
that's like like a Juilliard.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to it, and it's like, I wish I had like and as a little kid watching that, you're like, ooh, is that what high school's like?
Yeah,
and it kind of was like that like School of the Arts kind of thing, where like you're in the cafeteria and all of a sudden everybody starts dancing and singing, and, improvising like a whole song and stuff.
It's like Baryshnikov, Smirnoff. It's like they're taking down the biggest crime syndicate if they don't kill each other first.
Fame's one of my favorite movies ever. I own it.
Wow.
Watched it a million times.
Dude, I gotta revisit. I haven't seen it in years, brother.
And when I tell other people when I tell them about Fame, they're like, "What the fuck?" Because they think of like the TV show. It's like this corny thing with. I mean, I like the TV show too.
Yeah.
But like the movie is like a real like it. You can put it in there with like Scorsese and stuff. It's like
Mean Streets.
It's like it's like gritty 70s stuff. And it like breaks out into song every now and then, but like the songs are awesome, the performances are great, and it's got this like documentary style to it.
Yeah.
So, like the editing is like amazing. It's like some of the best editing I've ever seen. Where like you're like it starts off with these auditions for the school, and you're just cross cutting.
Awesome.
It's got a huge cast, this like huge ensemble, and then everybody like. All like unknowns, and you buy everybody as their like you would almost think it was a documentary. You buy the reality of the situation.
Speaking of gritty New York, we got to do our Warriors episode.
Warriors, yeah.
But like I think one of the guys in there is a member of the Warriors.
Okay.
I swore, I was like, I think that guy's in the Warriors.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Double check it.
Yeah, well, one of the guys. Montgomery McNeil was the name of the character. I forget the name of the actor, but he was on ER, and then he was in RoboCop. He's the guy with the red hair. In
oh
RoboCop.
My god, that's awesome!
It's so funny because I was just watching RoboCop recently, and it's so funny, like seeing like, like in my head canon.
Yeah.
Montgomery McNeil, the kid from who went to the School of the Arts in Fame, grew up to become like an arch criminal, and then gets a bunch of toxic waste dumped on him by RoboCop. It's the same in my mind. It's the same character.
I love that. He's like, "Can you fly, Bobby?
Can you fly, Bobby?"
and then when he throws him out of the car,
bitches leave.
When he throws him out, he goes, "Fame, I'm gonna leave."
Well, yeah, he's not the guy who gets thrown out of the car. He's the guy who gets turned into the Toxic Avenger, basically.
Oh, I love
and then they
that.
hit him with the car, and he like explodes into.
He's like, "Ugh."
I think this is like what made her a star in Fame, because it's a huge ensemble, bunch of people,
Wow.
but she really stands out in it, and like, but she has this one scene where she's like, she finds out that her boyfriend Leroy's been cheating on her. and then she just starts like playing the piano and doing this song, and it's like just like the music of it, the performance. But let me pull it up.
So great.
When I'm down and feeling blue, I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh baby, be strong for me, baby, hold on for me, help me through, help me need you. Like going to F sharp major there, that's a
cool move.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder where I've been, who I am, do I fit in? Make believing is hard alone out here on my own.
Walk up in general.
Always proving who we are, always reaching for that rising star to guide me far and shine me home out here on my own. When I'm down and feeling blue, I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh baby, be strong for me, baby, hold on to me, help me through, help me need you. It's like that's where the cool stuff in the song is where the
Little inversions.
Yeah, the inversions where it's like the bass is going up while the chords are going down. Yeah, this is like that song. That song's been running through my head like all weekend.
I'm watching Fame after this. It's
yeah,
been a long time since
I mean,
I've watched it.
It is like it was a huge hit, a huge big movie, but I think just because like just the impact that it had on pop culture, and then the TV show kind of snatched a little bit of that, like kind of took away some of the cool, but it is cool.
Wow. Is it one? Would you put it in one of your all-timer? Is that an all-timer? It's
an all-timer. I mean, it's when I think about the movies that I've watched a bunch of times, it's one of them. It's like the best gritty 70s movie that has singing and dancing and like there is some like gunplay, there is some crime. I mean, one of the crimes is and it's kind of like the most famous line in the movie. Like they play the sound bite on Howard Stern all the time, but it's "Très jolie, Coco, très jolie." It's like there's this scene. It's like so tragic. Like towards the end of the movie, she meets this guy. He's like at the lunch counter or whatever. Coco, Irene Cara's character, she's at the lunch counter. This guy comes up to her, and he's got like a beret on and stuff. He's like, "Hey, are you an actress? I'm a filmmaker. I'm from France. I'm Francois Lafitte. Oui, I'm French. Oh, you like French movies? Me too. Oui, mais oui. And so he like arranges this audition for her to come to this audition, and then she shows up, and it's in his like gross apartment, and he's like, okay, and he's got like this like video camera set up, and he's like, okay, sit down. He's
Bob Crane's there for some reason.
It's that kind of situation, and he's like, and then he's like, okay, take your top off. What? I thought you were a pro. What are you, some kind of kid or something? I thought you were a professional. Take off your shirt. Take off your blouse. And she's kind of like, where's the crew? Where's the lighting guy? And then she does. And he's like, "Très jolie, Coco, très jolie, très jolie." So I mean, it's like it's a super depressing and super sad, but like they've played it like so many times on Stern as like
it's like a button on stuff. Oh my god! Like
and it's like. And that's like kind of like the last you see of her character. But then at the end they have this like big musical number that has and she shows up and she's singing the song. It's I Sing the Body Electric, and she's singing her song and she's triumphant. And it's like, okay, Coco, she's pushing through. I think they would play it on Stern in the context because like KC would have all these stories of like showing up at some like German guy's apartment for him to take modeling photos of him and stuff. And so they say he was in like a Très Jolie Coco kind of situation. It's me, Francois Lafitte, Très Jolie Coco. She was the breakout star from Fame. And she was the breakout star from Fame, and I think that performance was like the core of it. It's a great showpiece, and like there's like this guy Bruno who like they end up sort of teaming up and becoming this this singer-songwriter duo or whatever, and like he's watching her and he's like just completely blown away by her performance and stuff. But like you can tell she was the big breakout star because she didn't show up on the TV show.
No. Oh my God.
The people who didn't break out ended up on so like Bruno ended up on the TV show. A lot of the teachers ended up on the TV show. The Mr. Sharovsky, the violin teacher, Debbie Allen. Like Debbie Allen's like the iconic Fame character. She's like the dance instructor, and she's like tapping her stick. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, people, I need to see sweat. And she's the one who gives the speech. Like she gives a speech, kind of like sensei, like fear does not exist in this dojo. She's like, you want fame? Well, fame costs, and right here is where you start paying in sweat. Fame, I'm gonna live forever. So she was in, and then Bruno goes into the TV show. Leroy goes into the TV show, and then the show runs long enough. They have to bring in a lot of other characters and stuff. And I think Carol Burnett's daughter ends up being on the cast for a little, like towards the end.
One of the first things I ever noticed about like people too big timing the television show was Harry and the Hendersons, the show. When I'm little, I'm like, hey, none of these actors that I know are on this program. They didn't make the leap.
Yeah, they had to recast it. This is at the end of the movie where like all the characters are like part of this like the school show or whatever. I sing the body electric.
This is great already. Oh my God.
I celebrate the me yet to come. A toast to my own reunion. When I become one with the sun, and I'll look back on Venus, I'll look back on Mars, and I'll burn with the fire of 10 million stars. And in time, we will all be stars. I sing the body electric. I glory in the glow of rebirth, creating my own tomorrow, when I shall embody the earth. And I'll serenade Venus, I'll serenade Mars, I'll burn with the fire of 10 million stars. And in time, we will all be stars. And it goes into like a rock. That's where like, okay, Coco made it through. She's doing okay, and same with all the other characters. Like the last time you see them before the final, so like they're all in bad shape. Bad stuff's happening, and it is, everything in the movie seems improvisational, but is not. But there's this scene where like they're in the lunchroom and they got the specials on the board of what's up, and then like the food's gross or whatever, and then somebody just starts like tapping their tray or whatever, and then somebody starts like playing the drums on the tray, and then there's like this dusty old piano, and then somebody starts going ba 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 ba. Pretty soon they're all improvising this song about the lunch lady, about Shady Sadie, she's a serving lady. And Irene Cara sings that song. She sings the lead on that song. She's like, if it's yellow, then it's jello. If it's blue, it must be stew. Macaroni and bologna, tuna fish, our favorite dish. Hot lunch. We got a 1-a-day lunch, good for all the bunch. Hot lunch. It's,
Dude, I'm gonna do that at McDonald's.
Matt, I'm shocked that like Fame isn't like in heavy rotation for you because it's like like you love that gritty 70s stuff.
I know. God. I'm in the lunchroom. I'm like slap and roll.
Yeah,
I slap and roll.
Yeah, so they like supposedly improvise that, and then the title track of Fame. I forget what it is. There's some like traffic jam in front of the school, and then all of a sudden they're like dancing on the cars and stuff.
Dude, like that'd be funny if the Warriors show up. Like, we gotta bop our way back to Juilliard.
It's the same New York as the Warriors. It's like you could see like Travis Bickle driving by in his cab. I think it came out in like 80. So it's like filmed in 79, came out in 80. So it's like right on the cusp. It's kind of the best of both worlds because it's like got a touch of the 80s and a touch of the 70s. You know,
dude, I've been watching stuff on YouTube. Somebody had filmed. It was just like doing a lot of filming in New York on like a subway, and it's like I'm watching old stuff. I just want to like jump into the like it's just like priceless footage of like just parking lots. You get to see all the cars. I just want to like dive out of the window and just start running. I'm like, my house, I can get there from like.
There was like you know who's in it in Fame, Richard Belzer.
Oh, we love Richard Belzer.
Because like one of the guys, Ralph Garcia, one of the characters, his name's Raul Garcia, and then he changes his name to Ralph Garcia. That's like his showbiz name. And he wants to be a comedian like Freddie Prinze. Freddie Prinze is like his hero, and then like Freddie Prinze dies. Like I guess he died like around the time they were filming the movie or whatever. And so then he reacts to that and stuff. But he starts going to the comedy clubs, and Belzer's the host. You know,
right.
Don't you know who I am? Remember my name, Fame. I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna learn how to fly high. I feel it coming together. People will see me and cry, Fame. I'm gonna make it to heaven, light up the sky like a flame, Fame.
In the Commitments, one of the characters is like, Fame, I'm gonna live till Tuesday. And then like, you know, and then seeing the credits and like it credits Fame and that like blew my mind as a kid. It's like, wait, he just sang Fame, I'm gonna live till Tuesday, and they got a credit
that? I was watching a live performance of this. There was like some kind of like, it was like a hyped up version. It had a crazy bass line. It was like, bang, bang.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, we're playing it a little slower just to kind of like catch the thing, but it's like, it's fast. It's like,
Baby, look at me and tell me what you see.
Remember My Name part where it's like, remember, and then that's when Debbie Allen comes in and gives her speech about how, you know, right here is where you start paying in sweat.
We do a double bill with All That Jazz.
All That Jazz is like I mean, Fame is the better of the two, but All That Jazz, it's like it's similar musically because this kind of, you know, piano stuff and thing, and then like rock and roll electric guitars come in.
I love
but
it.
they're like Broadway rock and roll electric guitars. Like everybody's like wearing silver. Their guitars are silver. Their outfits are all silver. You know, some of the stuff I was reading, you know, in sort of the like obituaries and things, is that like her career, like that she got like blacklisted because she was like kind of pushed back at some of the like exploitative stuff that was going on like in the music industry with her. Like she you know, kind of demanded like fair treatment and stuff, and then you know, she got blacklisted, and that like stopped her career. And it is like you know, just like in the movie Fame, like at that time, the music industry, it's like, you know, you had to, like it was just a lot of bad stuff going on. You know? My assumption was always just kind of like it was the '80s. People come and go in the '80s. You know, it's like. It's pop music. You're hot one day, and so I just kind of assumed that's what happened. But I guess it was like
par for the not really one hit wonder, but
right.
You know, it's burning hot for a second.
Yeah, like it just seemed like because you saw that all the time in the '80s. That's unfortunate to hear. So this is her big hit. Wrote it, performed it. You know,
Oscar
huge hit.
winning, I think.
Yeah, Oscar winning. Yeah.
At first, when there's nothing
That's it. That it is.
but a slow glowing dream
That's it.
that your face seems to hide deep inside your mind. All alone, I have cried silent tears full of pride in a world made of steel, Pittsburgh steel, made of stone. When I hear the music, close my eyes, feel the rhythm, wrap around, take a hold of my heart. What a feeling!
Hey, my God.
We
What
did.
a feeling.
We
Hey,
did
my
Pittsburgh Proud. where you'd hear this song the most was on the Toyota commercial. But what a feeling to drive Toyota.
I forgot about that. He's like, Myron Cope's like, double yo, did it.
I mean, you know, that was probably that. I mean, that probably set her for the rest of her life was that Toyota
Toyota commercial.
What a feeling to drive Toyota.
What a feeling! There's believing. I can't have it all now. I'm dancing for my life. Take your passion, make it happen. I can't have it all now. I'm dancing all my life. Drive Toyota.
This was our tribute to Irene Cara
Play these tunes.
to honor her passing.
The music makes me happy.
Yeah, it's great music, really joyful. I love the chords in
Oh
there.
my
you know.
gosh. I'm going to be stealing a couple licks.
Yeah, some nice
and
I
progressions.
like all the stuff going on with B.
A lot
You
of
know,
B work here.
I've always been uncomfortable with the B chord. You know, it's just kind of like it's like the hardest chord for me, just because it's not.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. You know, you know, you do C first, then D, then E, then F, then G, then A, and then you know by the time you get to
The
B,
B, you're like-
by the time you get to B, you're worn out. But like all this B stuff, the B major and then B major and then B minor.
Love it.
And then there's also some I don't think it's in Flashdance, but it's in like some of those Fame ones where it's like B flat minor
Oh, nice.
and B flat and B flat
That was always
B
good.
flat major and B flat minor, B flat major.
I was like the in a I love like that.
Yeah.
I like the fourth major, then
Yeah.
minor, and then back to